Hello, my name is Oscar, and I'm the Sec-Gen of the SEASAC MUN at Tangman. These are some videos and some tips for you chairs and delegates that are going to be attending the SEASAC conference. We hope you find them useful.
Lobbying. Lobbying is one of the most essential parts of an MUN conference. Upon arriving at your room, delegates will be given the chance to collaborate, create, and merge resolutions with one another. Although having your resolution beforehand is helpful if you want to be main submitter, it's not necessary. Delegates can also take this time as a period to find out each other's stances on the topic, find their allies, and of course, their enemies. Use this time wisely, as it'll be really difficult to freely talk with one another once the debate starts. Make a good first impression, get people on your side, and the rest of the conference will be a breeze.
Delegates, we will now be entering open debate time on this resolution as a whole. Are there any delegates wishing to take the floor? Delegate of Togo, you will be recognized.
So this is open debate. This is when delegates are able to make speeches for or against the resolution as a whole, depending on the chair's preference. To make a speech, you simply put your placard in the air when the chair asks you, and the chair will recognize you or recognize other delegates depending on his or her preferences. And then you simply approach the stand and make your speech. After which you'll be able to, you'll get points of information.
Note passing is one of the most important aspects of an MUN conference. Note passing is something that allows delegates to communicate between each other, asking general questions about the issue or specific questions about the delegate's speech or their resolution. When a note that is being passed is inappropriate, the secretaries will read it and will bring it to the chair. The chair can then decide whether or not they want the note to continue being passed. Just remember that note passing is a privilege and not a right.
This delegate believes that this resolution is
Point of personal privilege, audibility. Would the delegate please speak louder?
A point of personal privilege is a point made by the delegate when they're feeling uncomfortable or cannot hear the speaker. It's the only point that can actually interrupt the speaker, and it's made to the chair.
I believe that this resolution is very strong and all delegates should vote in favour of it.
Would the delegate please refrain from using personal pronouns?
Delegates are reminded that they're not allowed to use personal pronouns throughout the debate, such as
I, you, he, she, me, him, her.
Nice.
The floor is now open for any delegates wishing to speak. Are there any delegates in the House?
motion to move to the previous question.
Second.
Are there any objections?
Objection.
Motion to move to the previous question is when the delegates wish to move on from the current debating procedure or to move on to voting procedure. Delegates may either second or approve this motion or object, in which case if there are any objections in the floor, the chair must conduct a vote. And this, delegates, is why this resolution should pass.
Thank you, delegate. Is the delegate open to any points of information?
Any and all.
The delegate has opened himself to any and all points of information. Are there any such points in the House? The delegate of Togo has been recognized.
Hey there, I'm glad you asked. A POI stands for a point of information, and if a delegate on the floor wants to ask the delegate that has just made a speech a question, then they can use a POI to do so. Remember, you must phrase your POI in the form of a question. If you want to state a POI, then you simply have to raise your placard, and the chair will select you if they so wish.
If you feel that your question hasn't been answered, all you have to say is request for follow-up and ask them more questions afterwards.